Why don't you just give me like a normal Isaac run? Like I'm ready to hopefully like enjoy myself again. Here we go. Here we go. You played Darkest Dungeon lately? I haven't played Darkest Dungeon in a long time. But I am ready to play the sequel for sure. You know, I gotta hit you with a slash marker as well. Slash marker, more Fiend Folio. You labeled Sea-Dog from VA as Chad, but his real name is Connor? Okay, all I'm gonna say is that on chess.com, his name was Chad from VA, okay? So if you make your name Chad, you can't be mad when I call you Chad. That's what it is. I don't know. Like, maybe it's like a satirical thing. Like, he's like, wouldn't it be funny if I called myself Chad even though my name's Connor? But, I don't know. I'm not in on the joke. Last time I laughed at a joke? I don't know, man. Probably Dane Cook's 2004 special. I'm a Chad from Alberta. Surprise, surprise. Okay, Mark. Oof. I wasn't wrong though, right? Like, Mark is kind of a bald name. There's something about it. Is the game bugged? Why are the rooms so empty? I hope that was a serious comment, because it's like, it really does feel like it's broken. Like, I'm like, what is this? Easy mode? Like, has the run even started yet? One of my teachers is bald, and his name is Mark. Many people would tell you that anecdote is not the plural of data, but those people are all cowards. I also know a bald Mark. In fact, I'll take it a step further. I don't think I know a Mark with hair. I mean, I guess I know of Mark Zuckerberg has... Well, he's got tendrils. I don't know if I'd call them hairs, but... Okay, this is a reroll. Hold on, let me push the buttons. By the way, many people have asked, this is a common question, get your clips ready, because this clip could go, you could use this on Twitter all the time, easily. People ask, and they ask sincerely, but I don't know if they understand how you know, stupid the question is. They say, NL, how do bald people know, like, when to stop washing their face? How do they know where their hair stops and their head begins? Well, let me tell you, okay? So here's what you do. You go like this. You act like you've just seen some of the dumbest stuff you've ever seen in your entire life. And where the wrinkles stop, that's the line between where your hair used to be and your forehead. So you can see the hairline there. Where the wrinkles are on the forehead. And then this part right here that's like smooth, that's the head part. So there you go. There's an answer for you. I know many people are asking this question. I can finally sleep easy. Many people, not just me, many people, many smart people, smarter than me, smarter than you, certainly are asking. I'm almost like, dude, we could take lard. It doesn't matter. Like, it's not like I'm not gonna get hit. It's not like I'm gonna get hit. Man reveals hidden knowledge. What are you drinking? This is another infinite coffee. I'm telling you, if Starbucks, I know that they're running into some trouble, they've consolidated some of their stores, change the name of Venti to Infinite. It's a never-ending coffee. As long as there's ice in it, it never ends. I'll take a cold brew. Oh, what size? Infinetti. they'll get sued for false advertising. Whatever, bro. The courts probably like aren't even open right now. It's like the purge, right? If the courts aren't open, how are they supposed to stop you from doing crimes? I think I'm just gonna leave. I think I'm just, you know, I'm gonna go buy a battery charge. Genuinely, like, sometimes I want to make it political, sometimes I don't, but I was laughing so hard. Did you see that interview? They were interviewing two dudes who were ice fishing, and they asked them how they felt about, like, Biden's drone strikes, and he said those drone strikes are pretty expensive for a dude who owes me $2,000. It's such a good... I guess he stole it from Twitter, but it's such a good comment. Like, those drone strikes are looking pretty expensive for a dude who owes me $2,000. It's just an unbelievably strong comment. Oh, man. Anyway, get me out of here. That's all I wanted to say. That's all I wanted to say. I was like, that guy's a legend. That's incredible. This, yeah, man, many people were saying it before the election. Biden equals his China frowny face. Many people were saying it. We can still get an arcade here. Anyway, that's all I got. Those are like my only anecdotes. The end. I don't have, I literally do nothing else. Like, what happened yesterday? I streamed, I just realized I'm, like, full-on banter mode, man. I was starting to talk about how I spent my day, like it's a traditional Isaac episode. Yeah, like, don't you feel the same? Well, maybe not, Jay. I know you moved, like, maybe, like, 6 weeks ago. That's an endless font of anecdotes, for better and for worse. Short-term sometimes for worse, long-term for better. But, What did I do yesterday after the stream? Pretty much, I just watched an episode of Kitchen Nightmares on the couch with Kate and the baby, and then, you know, that was basically it. I tweeted Twitch support and said, hey, when are you gonna fix this problem? Forehead, just, can you tighten up the graphics on that YouTube export button? Forehead, and then that's basically it. That's pretty much all we got going on here. What was yesterday? Was Sunday? Yeah, yesterday was... I didn't do anything, man. Just set videos. Yeah, it is exciting, like, the baby has started eating solid food. Which is cool. She doesn't really love it so far, and neither do I, because it's making her poop much more solid and, like, literally 1,000 times stinkier, but, it's still cool. You know, I mean, it's gotta happen. It's not like she's gonna be like 17 and be like, oh, Mom, I want to go out with my boyfriend. Can you give me a liter of breast milk real quick? But it is funny, like in, I guess, and how would I know, like, prior to this, right? But, like, in North America, when the kids start eating solid food, you know, typically parents will serve them, you know, like, pumpkin puree and, like, pureed carrots and you know, beets and stuff like that. But in for Korea, they do like I think it's called miu. I know it sounds weird, and I'm probably saying it wrong, but it's like it's like rice and water mixed together, like cooked rice and water kind of like pureed together. Kind of, I don't mean this in a negative way, but yeah, kind of like a gruel. And the baby is like, she's still figuring out like how she feels about it. Yeah, I'd say it's kind of like juk, if you're familiar with Korean porridge, but it's like, I mean, it's like much less fancy than juk. The recipe is literally just like rice water, but yeah, she's figuring out how she feels about it, but it's exciting either way. That's what I used to do with LaDainian Tomlinson in Madden. Oh, dude, if you're playing LaDainian Tomlinson, yeah, the juke is what you're looking for. If you're playing somebody like, you know, Frank Gore, you want to do a little bit more of like a stiff arm, I would say, because he's got a higher strength stat. But with LaDainian, I mean, you could just hit spin as well. If you spin, you're getting out of any tackles. Okay, that's like amazing. Little dangerous on the HP front, but still like pretty great. Nothing wrong with that. LT does it all. Dude, that's I only know like NFL players from that era. Luckily there were some great running backs there, you know? Priest Holmes, Larry Johnson, LaDainian Tomlinson, Jerome Bettis, also known as the Bus. How do you feel about the Nets? Roy Donk, Paul Buffano, Tiny Boop Squig Shorterly, etc., etc. How do I feel about the Nets? I don't know, man. Like, so I watched 2 Nets games this season. Why are they? This is a good guy. This is a good guy. Guy who doesn't watch sports but still gets mad about sports. Hey, I don't. Wait, come on, Blake Griffin. What's next? You're gonna hire my grandpa? Oh, was Alan Arkin unavailable to be on the team? Is that what you're doing? Just come on, man. You gotta get LeBron, dude. What are you doing getting Blake Griffin? You gotta get LeBron on the team. What are you doing? Why aren't they signing LeBron, dude? Blake Griffin is like 29. Dude, that's what it's like though as you get older, you know? I've said this before, but you'll be like talking about the Canucks or something like that. Yeah, people will be like, yeah, you know, he's like washed up. And just go freaking Polyphemus, dude. Then you look up his age and he's born like 2 years after you, and you're like, oh, freaking. If he's washed up, I don't even know. I'm pre-dirty. What are you? What are you? Canucks bad? You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Like, we're not very good this year. Who would have thought, like, losing, you know, like, almost all of your, well, I shouldn't say all of your best players, but, like, making no effort to re-sign the heart and soul of your team in the offseason, and then losing literally every single one of them to the same team that's also your closest rival? Who would have thought that that could, like, demoralize the locker room? Anyway. Kind of crazy. That's all I got, though. Hockey? You know, I don't even watch the Canucks games anymore, just because, like, there's no narrative this season. The narrative was we were supposed to be good, but we're, like, kind of bad, but we're probably, you know, we're doing a little better lately, but it's probably mathematically nearly impossible for us to make the playoffs. So I'm like, you know what? I'll see you next season. Okay, sure. Why not? It's not a fair weather fan. Like, I mean, I watched almost every Canucks game for the 3 seasons in which they were, like, truly terrible. It's just like, honestly, I have a lack of time now. Just have much less time now. Where is this tinted rock? There it is. Thank you. That's not even... okay, it was placed close enough. Yeah, plus we already went through like a bunch of bad seasons, and then, like, you know, this was supposed to be a good season, the playoffs were good, and then, you know, they're bad. I'm like, no, see you next, fire somebody. Appease the masses. I got nothing wrong, you know, I got no personal problem with Travis Green, but he must be fired. Yeah, plus, I got all these old Kitchen Nightmares episodes to watch. It's such a good show, though, man. Kitchen Nightmares is great. It's really wholesome, like, as long as you're not the person being yelled at. I know, like, I can't just keep doing half an hour on Kitchen Nightmares, like, every stream, but it could be worse, right? Like Gordon Ramsay's mean, but at least he has, like, some level of wholesomeness in him. I really do feel like the guy on Restaurant Impossible is, like, one bad day away from, like, you know, just beating the crap out of everybody. He's, like, the guy from Restaurant Impossible is, like, if he gets cut off on the freeway, like, the other person's not making it home that night. He just scares the crap out of me. He's barely holding it together. What about the bar rescue guy? I'm more, like, I worry about John Taffer. On Restaurant Impossible, I worry about the owners. Like, I feel like he's, like, one step away from something snapping in his brain and, like, just tearing him limb from limb. John Taffer, on the other hand, I'm like, I worry that he's gonna have, like a blood clot in his brain or something like that. Like, his blood pressure's gotta be going, like, out of control. Robert Irvin would have killed Nino. Nino would have ended up in an arm bar for sure. Doesn't the guy from Restaurant Impossible just strike you as one of those dudes who's just, like, begging for something to go down so that he can, like, show off how good his grappling skills are? Like, that's what scares me. He seems like one of those guys who goes looking for trouble just to be like, you know... I mean, like, look at it, like, I don't mean to be... And this is, I mean, superficial for sure. He's in great shape, but he's almost in, like, such great shape that I'm like, come on, dude, you're, like... You're old. It doesn't mean you can't be in good shape. When I see, like, a 65-year-old dude and he's doing, you know, like, triathlons and stuff, I'm like, good for him. When I see a 65-year-old dude and he's got, you know, 27-inch pythons, I'm like, what are you doing, man? You're supposed to be like Santa Claus at your grandkid's Christmas. You're out here looking like, you know, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Anyway, I mean, it's like, it's his body. He can do whatever he wants, but... I'm just saying, he's scary. Like, yes, absolutely, he could kick the crap out of me. No question about it. You don't think Santa's shredded? He better be, dude. This son of a gun only works one day a year. He's got no excuse. Anyway. John Taffer, on the other, John Taffer seems like the kind of guy, I don't know if he ever relaxes. I'm sure, I can picture him very smugly drinking like a tropical beverage on the beach or something like that, and being like, this is the life. But when he's on the show, there is no period of more than 30 seconds where his head is not the same shade of red as a tomato. Like, he's freaking blowing his top off non-stop. No, that wasn't goat seed. That was, he was just holding his hands. He was just holding his hands. Hello, NL. I'm happy to report my computer has been fixed. I no longer have to watch on my phone. We stan, I mean, we stan the mobile viewers, don't get me wrong, but we also stan the non-mobile viewers who can put me open in the second monitor and do something else on their main monitor. Dude, look at these freaking spiders. I told you we would never lose again after Dad's home. Like, this is a freaking gimme. You're on my fourth monitor? What the? You got 4 monitors for? Come on, this just... That doesn't strike you as a little much? Like, who are you? Deep effing value? You mining Beck coins, you little shit? Sorry. Sorry. I'm not gonna read that comment, but I did laugh. I did laugh. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna read the comment, but let's talk about let's discuss it regardless. It said, "I'm watching on my iPad so I can JO." What does that mean? Are you saying because you're not using your computer, you can have your iPad next to you so that you can use your computer for material? Or are you... Like, I don't understand. I guess I don't understand. I guess that's what I'm trying to say, is that I don't understand. I'm just trying to understand. I don't get it. You are the material? Yeah, but I would be the material, whether it was on the iPad or whether it was on the phone, or if you were in, like, you know, text chat only or IRC or whatever. Like, I'm just trying to understand, man. Is that the joke? Meanwhile, I make dozens of on par or better jokes and everybody ices me? I just don't get it. I just don't understand. You scared me when you said muted there. Because of the Tomo busting all my USB devices the other day. You got me a little freaked out there. Dude, don't even get me started. Don't even talk to me about I think you should leave. Because it just cheeses me off. Like, I hope I'm not overstepping, like, any boundaries here, but hey, Netflix, get some shows. You know? Like, Queen's Gambit was, like, 5 or 6 months ago now. Can you just get some shows? Like, it's a little much. I mean, it's a little. Where's the shows? Hello, where's the shows, Netflix? I think you're supposed to, you've misplaced my shows? No, I mean, I get I'm thankful you're recommending a lot of stuff, but I'm only watching Kitchen Nightmares. I shouldn't even complain about Netflix. I'm just watching Kitchen Nightmares over and over. I don't even know why I'm still paying the, like, 14 bucks a month. Gordon Ramsay's YouTube channel is freaking free. Hi, my name's Nino! Curse, what the heck is this? 2. We're on floor 2? ANL, you should watch Kitchen Nightmares. Now we're talking. Now that's an action item I can get behind. Why? It's just, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't complain. Why is the item so far away? I just opened 2 amiibos I've had sitting on my shelf, and I feel so alive. Hello, what amiibos? I've seen a little of Anthony Bourdain's No Reservations. What the heck? Dice blocks? What the heck? So, I mean, I like it. I think it's a good show. For sure. It's kind of like, I don't know, man. Like, a food show, and I've said it a dozen times, but a food show needs, like, it needs more of a hook for me now. Like, Kitchen Nightmares is cool. It's got, like, I think Gordon Ramsay's charismatic. And it's got, like, that business aspect that's kind of neat. But, like, shows where people are just, like, you know, cooking, I'm like, you know. Plus, I like that, I like when Gordon Ramsay calls strangers Muppets. I don't know if that's, like, a 2008 British thing. I was watching some Kitchen Nightmares UK. This guy that was, like, not even in the show at all. You know, it's like he was basically just minding his own business. He comes, you know, by with a tray of dirty dishes, and Gordon Ramsay's like, "Oh, come on, you Muppet!" And I'm like, what is... Jeez, man, he's just trying to do his job, like... This guy's getting paid like $6 an hour. He's not benefiting too much from the Kitchen Nightmares treatment. You know, don't call him a freaking Muppet for no reason. Yeah, you know what it is? I would much rather, instead of seeing a show where, like, because they always put them on time crunches, right? They're always like, you got 25 minutes to make, you know, a meal out of this picnic basket of garbage. I would much rather be like, hey, you've got an hour. Make 100 portions of, like, roast beef. Now that's a show. I don't really care if you can cook well. I want to see, like, I want to see how you deal with the pressure. Dinner Impossible, is that? Okay, you know what? Now we're getting somewhere. I will say I watched, I asked for a version of, like, those cooking reality shows where they, instead of looking for the best chef, they, like, look for the worst chef. Like, they try to take chefs that literally don't know what they're doing at all, and then, like, compete and be like, wow, that's real garbage. And then people were like, hey, the worst chef in America is like that show. Then I watched it, and I was like, they almost got it. They hire, like, or they're not hire, but they find, like, a bunch of people who don't know how to cook, but then they, like, by the end of the show, they know how to cook. I don't really want that. I want, like, the Canada's Worst Driver formula, where they keep the worst people around. Because that's the reason I'm watching. You know, like, I think Canada's Worst Driver does it properly. The best drivers leave the show, because who wants to watch someone drive when they're just, like, you know, they're okay at it? I want you to keep the worst chefs around, so that they can, so that I can keep laughing. Chicken and banana. What the heck? What the? Yeah, we've crossed back into full banter mode. No, Macros, I stopped watching Border Security. It started to make me feel weird. Like, I've talked a few times about, like, I think part of the problem with, like, the modern state of discourse is that, like, we, things that make you feel good, nobody puts any scrutiny on them to feel like if it should make you feel good, they just go like, oh, hell yeah, more of this, please. So I was, like, watching, you know, Border Security, and I realized, I was like, wait, why am I enjoying watching people get, like, you know, harassed over accidentally bringing salami in over the border? And it led me to, like, I don't know, a great personal quest to figure out what was wrong with me as a human being. I mean, there's a lot of people where I'm like, you know, I wouldn't have done it that way. But there's also, like, I don't know, I thought about, like, how would I feel if it was, like, this is more the Canadian version, I guess, but it's like, how would I feel if I just got off of a flight that was, like, 16 hours long, and then, you know, they shoved a bunch of cameras in my face, and were like, you know, what's the exact value of stuff in your suitcase? And I'd be like, jeez, man, I don't know. You said $8 and it's actually $12.50. What else are you lying about? Oh, come on, man. Yeah, I guess I'll take it, and then we'll... Jeez Louise. It's a long run, huh? There was one where, like, I remember they were in, like, the port of Vancouver, and they went on, like a shipping, I don't even know, a shipping vessel or something like that, and they were, like, going through, like, the vents and stuff to try to find contraband, and eventually they just found, like, a bunch of, like, copywritten DVDs, and they confiscated them, and I was like, I mean, I get you're looking for stuff that's, like, more, you know, extreme than, you know, pirated DVDs, but, like, really? Like, that's where my tax dollars are going? Is, like, now, like, 100 copies of Deuce Bigalow Male Gigolo aren't gonna make it onto, like, a flea market folding table somewhere? Like, I don't know. Just didn't seem like that big of a deal to me. Can you die? Do you die? Is that a thing you do? Yes? Okay. You wouldn't download a car. Yo, but now you can download cars, now that NFTs are a thing, right? Pretty soon they're gonna be like, download my car. Am I right? Am I right, dude? Am I right? As year 2003, you wouldn't download a car. Year 2021, download my car, please. You download my car? Am I right? Nope. All right. Okay. I was asking. I was just asking. I was just asking. What the heck? It's like the op sound from Global Offensive. No, I have not purchased any tweets yet, and I have no plans to. And I've told you, like, and we were talking about NFTs yesterday. The only thing I even kind of sort of get with respect to NFTs is selling, you know, proof of ownership, quote unquote, of digital art, and I don't get art. So as a result, I will probably not be purchasing any NFTs of digital artwork either. Maybe I'll buy one of Chib's tweets. But he has to promise not to get mad when I buy one of his tweets for $100, and then I use it as like as a way to generate $1 million. I don't know how I would do it, but I'm thinking about it right now. Like, what if I buy the Grande Mantis tweet, and then it goes like viral, and it ends up in like the next Wreck-It Ralph movie? They'll probably pay me like $100 grand just to put it in the movie. Think about it, man. Just think about it. I want to move it, move it. She wants to move it. I forgot about these guys. Don't you turn into like angel statues or something? No, you're turning into compost right now. Oh, there you go. Yeah, what if instead of buying the tweets, we trade them? Like, we start with a crap tweet that we have proof of ownership of, and then we traded for like a slightly better tweet, and then we traded for a picture of Batman smoking having a vape session or something like that, and then we traded for. All I'm saying, eventually, if we can get to like a single Elon tweet, like how much do you think it would cost to buy the Elon tweet that is like? Personally, I think that Tesla's stock price should be $420.69. That's got to be the most valuable tweet in Twitter history, right? That or Drill's, like, stop buying so many candles tweet. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. People are too inside. I've started saying something in my head. I don't know if you're still here, Justin. I've started saying something in my head, which is whenever I read a comment and clearly the person has not been outside in a while, which is very understandable. In my head, not out loud, that would be mean. In my head, I say, "Excuse me, barkeep. Round of vaccines for the lads, please." And it just makes me laugh every time. Because I mean, it might. I hope it doesn't come across as too mean-spirited, but I think it kind of describes like how I'm feeling and how like a lot of people are feeling right now. Like, I just really want like the vaccine. I would also take sometimes I find myself caring too much about stuff I shouldn't care about at all. And I'm like, man, this wouldn't happen so much if I didn't go freaking outside. Like, someone earlier was like, why do you think the comments are, like, getting to you more than they used to get to you? I don't know. Why do you think? Maybe, like, you know, the life has changed drastically for us because we had our first child. And, you know, like, that's been an adjustment period combined with the fact that, you know, literally seasonal affective disorder from daylight savings kicking in and the sun going down at, like, 3 p.m. combined with never being able to leave your house. Maybe something along those lines. That's not an anti-chat chat rant. Not in the slightest. It's an anti-COVID rant, which you should be supportive of, unless you're like pro-COVID. Apparently, which would, I mean, you do you, I guess. You do you. Yeah, maybe it's just me. It's kind of weird to be like on the virus's side. But I guess, like, I don't know. It's your journey. You gotta be coherent to your journey. Stop hitting me, okay? Like, I'm gonna win. You might as well give up right now. I've already won. I mean, the chest in Fiend Folio gets a little much sometimes. The whole screen is packed with enemies, left, right, and center. We got 9 lives. We're still gonna win. I'm 0% sweating it. Not to mention we have Holy Mantle as well. Sure, why not? And you know, why not? Anyway, I mean, I think that's it for sure. It's like it's a dangerous cocktail of the streamer not going outside and thus taking comments that shouldn't be taken so seriously more seriously, and then also, you know, other people not going outside and taking you know, like gaming content on Twitch more seriously than they otherwise would in a more traditional, you know, in a normal time. We gotta, I'm trying to bake in like some, you know, a level of like self-forgiveness for like getting, you know, annoyed by stuff that probably wouldn't have annoyed me in 2019. And also trying to like bake in a little bit of like, you know, like sometimes I find myself being like, people really like, why are they taking this like, you know, funny man plays, you know, video game stuff so seriously? And then I'm like, oh, I wonder why, because they're not going, because nobody's going outside, man. Because there's nothing you can do. You just, you know, we're all just riding it out till like there's a little bit of relief. Trying to have some more patience in that regard. Yeah, I get it. We got nothing else, man. Because there's a freaking Cheeto in my mask. Yeah, man. I wonder what Bob V. I hope Bob V keeps. Hope he keeps giving reviews after he gets vaccinated, man. I'd hate to see the vaccine. Like, the vaccine's gonna do a lot of good. But if it causes Bob to get other hobbies, I'm gonna be very upset. I want to see what else he's capable of. I want to see his review of Small Ant. Okay, I mean, that was a good run. /marker. Fiend Folio 2. Done.